Alright, YouTube, so we are back, of course, talking about some Final Fantasy VII Remake, and today we are uploading, obviously, much earlier than we ever do, and clearly that's for a reason. And by the way, I don't even know when and why we started uploading so late in the day. We used to upload, 3 or 4 in the afternoon my time, and now my videos go up at 9 or 10, 11 p.m. my time. I don't even know why. And to be honest, it's actually kind of beneficial because there's times where I've covered, stories that other channels are covering, but because we upload so late in the day, there's been the follow-ups and more information added to the story so that my information is more up-to-date than others. And also, making videos and uploading videos so late in the day puts us a lot closer to Japan time. When it's nighttime here, it's, morning or daytime over in Japan, so information's coming out over there, and I can, be one of the first people kind of talking about that stuff. Anyways, why we're uploading so early today is obviously it pertains to the state of play that is happening today. There are rumors about what we could potentially see there in terms of Final Fantasy VII Remake. And obviously, this is a video that I have to make before state of play, otherwise it would be entirely pointless. Now, of course, these are just rumors. Nothing is concrete. I don't want to build up any false hype for this event. We're just covering the rumors that are out there. So first thing we're going to talk about may not pertain directly to the state of play. It could be shown there, but it could be something they talk about at a later point. But if you happen to caught my community post late last night, apparently the rumor going around right now is that Remake will be a free game next month for March for the PlayStation Plus members. Now this rumor comes to us courtesy of two different sources. One of them is just a guy on Twitter. I don't know if this is somebody that leaks things often or whatever. Just I don't recognize their username. Don't know who they are. We then also had somebody sharing their tweet over on Reset Era and then, kind of confirming it, saying that it is right. Now, how likely is this? That's hard to say, of course, and I don't know how credible these people are, but I do think it makes sense for them to give the game away for free, quote-unquote for free. They're still making money from it, for people that download it free through PlayStation Plus, they would still be making money. The exclusivity is ending in, a month and a half or so. It's coming up pretty quickly, and the game's going to come to other platforms like PC and possibly Xbox, whether that's Xbox One, Series X, one or the other, or both, who knows. But the games come to the platforms, and the best way to keep people on your brand on the PlayStation platform is to give the goddamn game away for free. What better incentive can you give people to play Final Fantasy VII Remake on the PlayStation platform than to just be giving the game out essentially for free? If you're an active gamer, you play video games most days, you probably already just have a PlayStation Plus membership just for the incentive of the free games. So there's nothing changing here. And then for the people that don't have PlayStation Plus, that maybe were a bit skeptical on Remake, that don't want to buy it for whatever it goes for these days, 30, 40, 50 bucks or whatever, now would be your chance to check out Final Fantasy VII Remake for a very low price, right? It's only $10 or something a month for PlayStation Plus? I don't know. It's cheaper than that, I guess, if you buy more a month. Now, for some people out there, it seems kind of crazy that they would already be giving this game away for free with PlayStation Plus, because, Remake's not even a year old yet, but I disagree with that because how is that any different than a game launching on, Game Pass, for example, when it comes to Xbox? Think of all the games now that are brand new that launch on Game Pass. If you already have Game Pass, you're downloading the game for goddamn free. How is that any different? It's actually worse. Final Fantasy VII Remake has had 10 plus months now to sell in stores and things like that and digitally for whatever prices it might be. It's had plenty of time to make money, so I don't think it's that crazy or unheard of for it to be free for PlayStation Plus. And as one article pointed out, Control Ultimate Edition came out last year, August or September, and it was already free in February for PlayStation Plus members. Now that's not exactly the same thing. Control Ultimate Edition is, an Ultimate Edition of a game that came out in 2019. It's not a brand new game in 2020 like Remake was, but it's still kind of the same thing. Now, from what I have seen, it seems like they announced the next month's free games, I think, the last Wednesday of every month, and they didn't announce anything yesterday, which seems like they are saving it for today, which could mean that there are some big reveals. Now, on to the other rumor that we have for today, and a 4chan user posted what is supposedly a leaked press release for the upgraded version of Remake that is, I guess, going to also be called Ever Crisis, according to this rumor. So we're just going to read over the post that was shared on Reddit, and I believe is also posted on Reset Era, and it says, a 4chan user posted the supposedly press release of the upgraded version of Final Fantasy VII Remake called Ever Crisis. This is the alleged press release statement. Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis is a definitive edition of the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy VII Remake. With additional features and stunning visual enhancements, the award-winning video game takes full advantage of the powerful new console. The new additions include Performance Mode, which targets 60 FPS with 1440p render resolution and 4K output, or Graphics Mode at 30 FPS with ray tracing at 1440p render resolution and 4K output, PlayStation 5 exclusive. Full DualSense support, PlayStation 5 exclusive. 2 brand new chapters, Chapter 8.5 all dressed up, and a mysterious Chapter 19. A new boss battle, various new arena battles, and a boss select mode. Material quick change, photo mode, new set of trophies. Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis will launch globally on April 10th, 2021 for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 and can be purchased for $60. Pre-order now to receive the exclusive in-game weapon Butterfly Edge for Cloud Strife. So, there's a lot to unpack there, man. For starters, the release date of April 10th is a weird for a lot of people because April 10th for this year, obviously that's when the exclusivity is going to end, but that falls on a Saturday, which is a weird time for like DLC or games to launch. They usually launch on, I believe, Tuesdays or Thursdays. I also found it a bit weird that only Cloud would be getting a brand new weapon. Like, why not the other playable characters that also have just as many weapons as Cloud in the base game for Remake? And also the addition of 2 brand new chapters, that's kind of crazy in my opinion. One being, chapter 8.5, as they call it, All Dressed Up, which a lot of people think would be the Tifa chapter, the cut Tifa chapter, right? But I believe, we've talked about this in the past, I don't know that it ever even got to the development stage. So the fact that they're trying to imply that there would be that Tifa chapter, I don't even think that that's a thing that's ever going to happen. And then also the mysterious Chapter 19, like if this is an official press release for the game, they're trying to sell the game to everybody, why wouldn't they have a name for that next chapter, right? Like why would it be the mysterious Chapter 19? Also the boss rush mode, the boss select mode, things like that, that's pretty cool if that would be a thing. And then the other stuff I would expect from a definitive edition, photo mode, some new trophies if there are DLC, and like material quick change and things like that. Like I expect that stuff from a kind of a newer version of Remake. And of course like increased graphics and things. Something else that seems to be missing from this, at least in my opinion, is if this is a definitive edition of the game, shouldn't it come with like the DLC summons? Like you think it'd have Carbuncle, Cactuar, and Chocobo Chick as well, but it doesn't mention that. So needless to say, my skepticism is kind of high when it comes to this. As much as I do want like a DLC for Remake or whatever, a definitive edition, something like that, new content for the game, I'm pretty doubtful. Now, my skepticism aside, there was somebody else on the 4chan post that was kind of corroborating what they're saying that that is also what they've heard. And on top of all this, there's also other insiders within the gaming industry and stuff that seem to believe that something is getting revealed today. Jeff Grubb, for example, over on Twitter, thinks that there's going to be something in regards to Remake at the State of Play event. He says, yeah, the leak isn't real. I really would expect at least more updates on big PS4 games getting updates on PS5, Final Fantasy VII Remake at the very least. What's that Saurmana, who is apparently the owner of Gamatsu, saying this? Imagine we'll see these 3 at the very least. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ever Crisis, or just FF7R for PS5. Forspoken, Project Athia, Kina, Bridge of Spirits. Anyone's guess on the rest, hoping to be surprised. And then we also had Imran Khan over on Reset Era, who's also another insider, that said, All Dressed Up is specifically something I heard in reference to this. Yes, it's a Tifa chapter about how she hears about Don Corneo. Again, it could all be entirely wrong or sourced from the same bad place. Not saying this is real, just that I have seen those words elsewhere. So again, we have rumors flying all over the place, from the game being free to a definitive edition to additional content and DLC and stuff. And then we have insiders all over the place that are confirming or hearing about this stuff or thinking that things are going to be revealed today. It definitely seems like there's big shit on the horizon for Remake. So it remains to be seen if any of this shit is revealed today with State of Play. This video is getting a lot longer than I wanted it to be, and I want to get it out before the actual State of Play event, so I need to kind of wrap it up. I just want to cover all the rumors that I've seen within the past 24 to 48 hours or so for State of Play and Remake, and if there is anything revealed tonight at State of Play, we'll definitely do a follow-up video tomorrow. Anyways, my dudes, that is the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't new. Want to update more Final Fantasy VII Remake content. Turn on notifications. Follow me on Twitter, dashingdavidYT, and my Discord. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect, we spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane, we in here like Low Gain, or leave it like Cobain.